Hello again. Today I'm going to upgrade the RAM in this laptop. This is Lenovo Yoga, and the model number is, you should be able to see there, it's a 51014 ISK. It came with 4 gigabytes of RAM as new. I think I've had it about, I don't know, it must be 6 or 7 years, something like that. So it came with 4 gigs of RAM. It's a nice machine. I like it. It's touch screen, Windows 10. Suits me fine for just light browsing and emails, watching YouTube, that kind of thing. But it's starting to struggle now. 4 gigabytes is just not enough anymore for running Windows or running almost anything. So let's get it started up and we'll have a look in more detail. Okay, so here's the machine running. You can see you've got 4 gigabytes of RAM installed at the moment, which is what it came with from the factory. It's all pretty much all used up. The whole machine's pretty busy doing all the antivirus things that Windows likes to do all the time. So we're going to upgrade the RAM, and what we're going to upgrade it with is this 16 gigabyte module, which I got from Crucial. Ordered it online. It had to come from Czechoslovakia or something. It took bloody ages, but after about 2 weeks it's arrived. So we're going to shut down the machine, find the RAM module and replace the 4 gigabytes with 16, and then we'll see if that makes any difference. Lots of tiny screws to be removed. Looks like there's 4 on the front edge here, 3 in the middle and 3 at the back. That's one at the corner. It starts off coming out quite easily. It's got a lot stiffer the last few threads, but they all seem to have some kind of blue thread lock on them, so I guess that's why they're a little bit stiff. So this plastic cover should now click off. Might be a little bit tricky to get it started, I suspect. Need to get something into the gap to get it to start releasing. Oops, I'm just breaking a piece off that. Oh, that's stupid. I just leave it against the little slot there and broke it, but I never use that memory card reader anyway, so not too bothered about that. I think one of those plastic levering tools would probably be a good investment for this. Okay, that's off. Inside of the cover is very thin plastic. This machine, it's not a high-end machine, so it's mostly plastic construction. A lot of heat shielding. Nothing too interesting there. Unless you're already into plastic mouldings. A couple of magnets there. This is the magnets that hold the lid shut, I guess. Where would that go? Yeah, the magnets go at the front, hold the lid down. So you've got the hard disk is in here, RAM is under here. This is the battery. So it would be fairly easy to replace if you needed to. Main board up here, and the so this must be the CPU, I guess, under here, with the heat pipe coming back and the fan here to keep everything cool. I'll give that a quick blowout while I've got the case open. So let's get the cover off the RAM and see what we can see in there. I'm going to try and very carefully disconnect the battery before I do anything else so that I know everything's powered down. So it's not that easy to do. I suppose there's probably proper tools for this, but there's very slight holes in the black part of this connector, so I can get the tip of the screwdriver in and just gently lever that connector out of the socket. It's quite stiff, so I don't want to pull too hard by the wires, but okay, that's out. So this should just lift off this metal cover. Okay, it's just tricky to get, just want to be able to lever this lid up, but I don't obviously want to lever against anything that I'm going to damage. So just being careful. There we go. Try and lift this corner a bit as well. Oh, okay, that seems like that's off. And there is the existing 4GB RAM module. So this one is the same size, which is reassuring. So let's get this one out. Should just be a case of pulling these spring clips back at the sides. It just pops up by itself and comes out. Just carefully get this out. Try not to touch any of the electrical parts too much. So you see it's keyed with a slot in the middle here, which is off center, so it will only fit in one way. It's actually the other way. So it just slides in there, aligning with the little tongue on the socket. Slips in with no effort, but it's raised at a slight angle, and then you just press it down. And those two spring latches clip it in place. So just need to put this lid back on and replace everything else. I think it was that way around. Alright, so the two longer screws are on these back corners, and the rest are all the same. Okay. Just noticed I've got one of the little plastic feet missing here, but no great harm in that. Okay, let's power it on and see if we've now got 4 times the RAM we had 10 minutes ago. Took a little bit longer to get started than usual there, so maybe it had to have a little think. Something's changed. Very shiny screen, that's one thing I don't like about this machine, is it has a glossy screen. I know some people like them, but I prefer matte if possible. But let's have a look in Task Manager. Yeah, 16 and now only 17% used, so it's still using about 3 gigs of RAM, just idling. Plenty of headroom now to run more apps at the same time without so much slowness in my life.